Alright, hey guys, just getting shit set up here, so just give me a second. Hopefully the live stream is going up on the channel, I don't know though. Hate this technology shit. Let's see. Is it fucking working? And of course not. Fucking YouTube, man, come on. Let's see. Well, I hope it's showing up. I'm looking on my channel, it's not showing that it's live, but it's telling me it's live because Google fucking hates me. Every single fucking time. Just give me a second here. All right. Okay, cool. It looks like we're good to go. I have it set up so you can ask you can ask questions on Twitter. I don't know. They apparently fucked up how this works. It used to have a live chat room, and now it's gone. I don't know why that is, but it's what I got to roll with. All right, let's see. What the fuck, Google? What the hell are you doing to me here? All right, I'm just trying to get this set up. Sorry, I'm a dick. I'm fucking terrible. I'm technically inept. Get this going in a second. Okay, fuck. All right, we're good. We're good. I'm sorry. I got the chat working now, so I'm sorry for being a retard. We're good to go. But I thought I'd set up another stream to let you ask whatever the fuck you want. There's a lot of shit going on, and it's really hard to keep up with. I did a couple of shitlord streams before, so I figured I'd do it in the same vein. So whatever the fuck you want. Go to Twitter, see some questions. It looks like the actual YouTube chat's working, so I won't even really need to fucking use it. What do we got here? Nothing. No questions. It's sad. I fucking hate social media so much. This is why I don't use Twitter. Set it up for the last live stream. It's a fucking nightmare. I much prefer Ask FM. Don't have to deal with any of this crazy shit. Okay, all right. Well, yeah, the chat's moving quickly. If you guys got any question, man, feel free to ask them. It's what we're here to talk about. Whatever the fuck you want. Gamergate doesn't matter. I'm being called a shitlord. Yes, I am a shitlord. I'm very fucking privileged. I'm a horrible cis male oppressor. That's what I do. Somebody's asking, what did the fine young Turks want? They just contacted me on Twitter and wanted to talk for a few minutes. It's up to them if they want to publicly announce what they wanted to talk about. Unlike certain journalists at unethical websites, I try to have a modicum of fucking respect when people want to talk to me. So I'm not gonna just turn around and start saying shit. IRC logs leaked, discussed what happened. I don't know. I've seen posts about it. I haven't really been paying a lot of attention. From what I understand, the IRC she was in, it was comprised of people fucking about, is one thing I heard. Other things I've heard is that she edited the fucking logs, apparently, and that the person that was running that particular IRC released all of them. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I have no idea. But it's a tactic. It's a last fucking desperate tactic to try to divert attention away and to try to shift blame and kill momentum. I mean, that's what it is. It's that spectrum of going from not talking about shit to censorship to attacking and saying gamers are dead, gamers are horrible, into just fucking confusion and diversion is essentially what it is. And I'm sorry my voice is jacked up. I'm got a fucking cold right now. Hey Jim, why are you such a misogynistic shitlord? I don't know. I think all men are. Apparently, that's what I've been told. When I read Kotaku or Polygon, they tell me because I have a penis, I'm a horrible human being. So it has to be true. I mean, they're journalists. They can't be biased, can they? Cis shitlord, did you see Zoe contacted the FBI? What is she contacting the FBI for? Is she trying to get a hold of the US government to say, "Hey, I made this really horrible fucking HTML game. Maybe you can use it as a form of torture on terrorists. Maybe you could like pass it off to your friends in the CIA or the NSA and like, force the terrorists to sit in a fucking chair and play Depression Quest until they tell us where all those leaders are." They had to shut down all their other programs, but this is the new psychological warfare. Really horrible HTML games. How long do you think this will last? Are you talking about Gamergate? I have no clue. It's been going on and on. It seems like people are angry, and I don't blame them. I'd be pissed off too. Our guest's on the way. Yes, I'll probably pull people in as shit goes on. I don't know. It just depends what people want to talk about. Do I drink Coke or penis? I don't know. That's a choice. I mean, both are just so great, right? Which do you like? I'd probably go with Pepsi though. Neither. See, I think outside the fucking box. uh, God, this shit goes really fast. Fuck. I want your babies. They're not for sale. I'm sorry. I don't sell them. They're too precious to me. Give a blowjob or two, and I can't. God, fuck, this goes so quickly. Oh God, this is a fucking disaster already. What is your opinion on Anita? I've already given my opinion on Anita. You can go watch the one of the previous videos I did. I don't buy into it. I think it's a con job. It was $160,000 to do a series of videos. It was supposed to be finished by what was it, August or September of 2013, and released in DVD box set. At the rate she's going, when she finally releases the completed series, I'll be able to have my robotic hover dog bring over the fucking hologram because that's what it's going to be printed on. Because it'll be the year 2045 by the time she's fucking done. Uh, let's see. How's Marco? I don't know. I haven't talked to him lately. He's been busy, so I'm not sure what he's up to. This chat is insane. Yes, it is. It's going really fucking fast. Talk about DARPA. Are you talking about the Digra thing? Yeah, I saw people posting about that. I don't know what to tell you. It's interesting, the fact that there's a connection to it, but what would that even mean? So you've got people that are you've got a government program that's essentially aimed at what? Manipulating people through social media and seeing if you can get them to react a certain way, and that's somehow playing a part into this. If if something like that were real, let's say, they would probably just be collecting data points. They would be watching something like this and saying, okay, well, this is how people on social media react to a shitstorm. So let's just observe and see what's going on. I don't know if it goes beyond that. People have to look into it. There's so much shit going on, you can't keep track of everything. It's fucking impossible. Talk about Eric Kane. Um, yeah, I didn't mean to come off as fucking harsh in the last video, but it was true. I mean, I felt like, listen, I like Eric Kane. I'm not gonna lie, I do. I love when he stood up to Ben Kuchera. I thought that was great. I respected him. I respected his writing, and it just felt like, from the perspective of a gamer, somebody who likes to fucking play video games like the majority of other people, it just felt like he left us out to dry. Like he hung us out there. He just didn't give a shit. It just felt kind of like a fluff piece. Like, I'm not going to really focus on it. There's nothing really there, and it hurt. Felt shitty. So I don't know what his motivation was to go back and to re-examine it. Even though it still comes off as a pretty down the road neutral piece that he put up recently, but I don't know what to tell you. It was hurtful. It was hurtful that he didn't take it more seriously. When is this SJW shit going to end? Well, man, you have to understand what that is. let's just sidetrack. Let's talk about what social justice warriors are, because I've noticed there's a lot of fucking confusion, and people related to the Gamergate thing don't seem to really understand what that is. They think it's an attack on people that are, I don't know, activists or people that believe in shit. I'll tell you exactly what a social justice warrior is and why they exist. So you've got this generation, right, millennials, and they grew up right as the PC era began. And it's important to understand that because in the PC era, education took a new track. When they looked at kids in school, they said, hey, you know what? Instead of addressing behavioral problems, we're just going to ignore them. So from now on, everybody's a winner. Everybody's going to get a trophy. Everybody's kid is special. They're beautiful. They're elegant. Nothing they do is wrong. They should never be held accountable for any of their actions. Okay? And this is this thing that these kids grew up hearing day in and day out. And a large majority of them, once they became adults, became extremely narcissistic because they've been raised on this idea that they are special. Look at all those trophies they've got. That must mean something. I mean, sure, they're all fucking participation trophies, but they're fucking trophies nonetheless. So they grow up hearing this, and they get this ego, they get this narcissism that they're the center of the fucking universe. Now, when you combine that with technology, right, with all these smartphones and tablets and laptops, and then social media services like Twitter and Facebook, it just adds fuel to the fire, because now that person that thinks in their head that they're super special and that everything they do is really important can now tell everybody about how important and how special they are, because absolutely everybody has to know that I just took a shit, so I better tweet that out. Everybody absolutely has to know that, my fucking favorite color is blue. Let me go on Facebook and tell them. The world needs to hear this shit because I am the center of the fucking universe. So that's what you've got. You've got these group of people that are super narcissistic, and they've got the technology that just adds fuel to the fire, right? And then here comes these really crazy social justice warriors. And they tell these people the one thing they really want to hear. And that one thing is, nothing you do is wrong. The reason your life is shit and the reason you feel unfulfilled and things aren't going your way is because somebody out there is oppressing you. If you're gay, it's the straight guy. He's oppressing you. If you're a woman, it's a man. Men are oppressing you. If you're transsexual, it's those horrible cis people. Are you a minority? Are you a black guy? Well, all those white people, they're holding you down. So now you have a narcissist who's essentially been told that, oh my God, all the things in my life that are wrong aren't a result of my shitty fucking personality. Instead, I'm being oppressed by everybody. And now it never ends, because if they ever admit to themselves that the bullshit they've been sold is untrue, it means they have to look at themselves and say, holy shit, I'm a dick. And that is why it's grown fucking out of control. And these groups of people, these social justice warriors, they're not activists. You look at the groups they've infested and destroyed, and there's a long history of it. Go look at the science wars. Go look at somebody like Sokol, who was talking about all these, postmodernists coming into STEM-related fields and wanting to write articles about how chemistry is racist and how gravity is sexist and all this crazy shit. And here's these people in science are like, what the fuck are they talking about? This is insane. But it was another example, kind of, pre-internet, of these people doing what they do best, is they infiltrate, they co-opt, and they fucking destroy something. You can see examples of that happening all over the place. Go look at Occupy Wall Street. What is it? It's a movement, right? And what did it start off as? Real simple fucking message, right? We don't like corruption. Who the fuck is going to disagree with that? Who's going to say, no, I want my politicians to be corrupt, and I want to get bent over a table so I can get fucked by a bank? That sounds super fun. That's a platform I'm going to run on. Like, nobody would be against that message. So you would think these people would have an opportunity to really connect to mainstream America. But what you see happen is social justice warriors see this going on, and they're like, oh, hey, I can latch onto that and fuck it up because I'm a narcissist who doesn't think anything I do is wrong. So they join this group, and instead of being about, getting corruption out of politics and making bankers be fucking responsible, they change it into shit like Native American rain dance rights and no rape zones and really bizarre shit that really doesn't make any sense. And then they introduce something called the fucking progressive stack. Go look up that video on YouTube if you really want your fucking mind blown. The progressive stack introduced at Occupy Wall Street. It essentially tells people, we don't care what the merit of your idea is or what your argument is. All we care about is where you rank on the oppression scale. So, white guy, you're going to speak last because you're white and you're a man. But the transsexual midget in a wheelchair, that's the person we want to hear from because they're the most oppressed here. Sure, they may be completely fucking retarded, and nothing they say is important or makes any sense, but they're more, they're more oppressed, so we have to hear from them first. And so it started to drive away people. It drove away people that were passionate about it. It drove away people that were moderates about it, and it left all these fucking crazy people, and it collapsed on itself. Look at atheism. Look what fucking happened to them. All fedora jokes aside and all the bananas up the ass jokes aside, you have this group of people that say, hey, we're logical and reasonable, we don't believe in God, yada, yada, yada. We have our own little conventions we go to and tip fedoras at each other until the fucking, sun comes up, whatever. And they've got their speakers, they have their prominent figures that they really love. You've got Dawkins and other people like that. But what happens? Well, somebody says, hey, atheism's not good enough. You need to be atheist plus. You need to be atheist plus a feminist, plus a progressive, plus a social justice warrior, plus this, plus that, plus that. And if you're not that, we're going to tell you you're sexist and horrible. So all these atheists are like, what the fuck are you talking about? This has nothing to do with any of that shit. It's just about religion. That's it. That's all we're really here to talk about, So they come in and they fucking wreck it. And they shit up the community. They attack people like Dawkins. Dawkins, who was a figurehead of this fucking movement, who they all respected. Whatever your personal opinions of him aside, they liked him. That was kind of one of their guys. They liked him. And so he asked a woman for a cup of coffee in a fucking elevator. Now, the Atheist Plus community's like, what a rapist. Are you kidding me? So it completely fractured the community, and they had to fight against that to pull it back together. That's what's happening in gaming now. You're seeing a narrative being pushed by extremists, and that's what social justice warriors are. They are not activists. It's not, the LGBT, it's not the transsexuals, it's not the feminists. Social justice warriors will fuck you up no matter what you believe in. They are narcissists. They don't care. They're liars and manipulators, and they will use you to make a profit. That is what they are out to do. That is all they care about doing. And it is a tactic a lot of people have seen. Look at this Gamergate thing, and not your shield. Look at the people who've jumped in and talked about this. You've got the most hardcore of conservatives who've been watching this happen and have jumped in and have made commentary saying, this is kind of fucking retarded what the gaming press is doing. You've got, different minorities. You've got gay people and transsexuals, and you've got the straight white male dude bro kind of shit. You've got people far left-leaning. You've got anarchists and communists, people that are in capitalism, people that aren't. It's all these different people, and they're all saying the same thing. We're fucking sick of you pushing this shit on us. Stop. The people you're blaming for ruining everything are sick of hearing it. We just want to play fucking video games. And all those minorities and groups that you say you represent are sick of being used as a human shield to deflect away criticism. Like, social justice warriors use the very thing they're saying they're standing up for as nothing more than a token or a prop. They're the most racist fucking people you'll ever meet, the most sexist fucking people you'll ever meet. They don't give a shit about any of that stuff. They don't care what your cause is. They just want to be able to hold up the black guy and say, you can't say anything to me or I'm going to call you racist. They want to grab the gay guy and say, you're going to say something about me? You're a homophobe. That's how they operate. And that's exactly what you've seen this past 2 weeks. It is exactly what you've seen this past 2 weeks. That is their tactic. That's how they shut people up. Anytime you criticize them, they're the good guys. They're fighting for social justice. That's why the moniker stuck, and that's why it shouldn't fucking disappear. They want to use it, right? When you say the phrase social justice, who's going to say that's bad? That sounds like a good thing. But it's a complete fucking con job. These people are con artists. They're using the newest buzzwords to make the most amount of money. And then you've got the extremists and the narcissists that really buy into the bullshit and drink the Kool-Aid, and they go and they fuck up anything they can touch. And that's what a social justice warrior is. Social justice warrior equals EA Games. Well, I don't know about that. I think EA Games, and some of their subsidiary companies, the people they bought out, have bought into the bullshit. They've been marketed to by the people that are attacking us and attacking gamers everywhere, and been told that, hey, your games are bad because we say so. There are not enough, quotas. You need to have a checklist of how many fucking characters you need to put in. That's not how art works, right? I can't be the only person that thinks that, can I? Think of the fucking movies you like. Think of the comic books you like and the music you listen to and the games you play. When you're looking at those pieces of fiction, those creations, are they really worse off because they don't have a checklist of certain fucking aspects to them? Are you going to tell me that Shakespeare's Hamlet would be 100 times better if one of the characters was transsexual? I mean, how does that thought doesn't make sense? You're putting in a token character. I mean, if your fucking goal in life is you really believe that there isn't enough representation in gaming, go and make a game. Go make a good game. Make a character that it's fucking centered around and make them fit into the universe. But don't shoehorn them in. Don't go change Thor into a chick, you know, for no fucking reason. You know, oh, we're retconning and oh, it happened before. And yeah. Comic books has gone to shit. A lot of industries have gone to shit because these people infest whatever they can. It is the new fucking money-making scheme. And that's the craziest part. You've got the people that really believe it and they ruin everything. You got the narcissists, and then you've got the entrepreneurs that see all these psychopaths and they're like, we can make $1 off of that. These people are fucking crazy. Let's bilk them for as much money as we can make. All right, let's see what we got here. To the window. Wow, this is going fucking quick, man. Oy vey, indeed. What's my job? I'll tell you what my job isn't. I don't sell myself out on the internet to make $1. That's what my job isn't. I don't pretend to be a journalist and then sell my integrity to make a quick dollar. I don't write at a news site and then turn around and open up a press agency and a PR firm and use my contacts in the industry to fuck other people over. That's not how I make my money. I've got a little bit of fucking integrity, just a tiny bit. I'm an asshole. I don't deny it. I make fucking stupid videos on the internet. That's my thing. I enjoy doing it. It's a stupid fucking hobby. And I'm not shitting on people. Like, listen, I know there are people that make good money off putting internet videos out. Fucking great for you. Good if you like to do that. It's not something that interests me. It's not shit that I do. Have I received threats? Yeah, of course I have. Who doesn't? Is it Milo or Milo? I don't know how to say his name because I'm retarded. Remember, I say hyperbole instead of hyperbole, so you've got to forgive me. But the guy who wrote the Breitbart article, did you see his tweet? That was fucking badass. Somebody was like, yeah, I've received double-digit death threats, and his response to that was, the thing you're not going to see me do, whine on the internet about it, call the police and start a Kickstarter. And he's fucking right. Welcome to the internet. You're going to have people calling you the worst shit in the world. You're going to have people threatening you for the most mundane of shit. That is just how the internet functions. It is full of crazy stuff. You can go into Google right now and find a picture of Kermit the Frog getting fisted in the ass by Miss Piggy. Welcome to the internet. Glad you could join us for the digital age. Tell you a bedtime story. I've got no interesting bedtime stories. I'm sorry. I ramble too much. At least this one, this live stream should have decent audio. I'm sorry about that interview. I was nervous as shit. My spaghetti was flying everywhere. I freely admit that. And the sound quality was terrible too. That's what happens when you call in on a cell phone in a thunderstorm. Everything goes to crap. I'm looking through here. I'm trying to pick out questions. What do you think about getting 800,000 views on a video? Let me tell you the reality of YouTube. I mean, that sounds great, and I get it. There are people that put out videos and they really are happy to get views, and that's awesome. I'm glad for you. I'm glad you're invested and you like it and you put together great content, and cool for you. But the reality is, you could go find a fucking 30-second video of a cat walking down the stairs that has 8 million views. 800,000 doesn't really mean shit, and it doesn't mean anything about the quality of the content. That's just YouTube. Find a fucking dolphin shitting in the water, it's probably got 10 million views. It's fucking YouTube. How old am I? Take a wild guess. People have been asking me that shit on Ask FM. Those are the two biggest questions, by the way, that I get on Ask FM is, how old are you and how big is your dick? I don't know why those are the two things that people focus on, but those are the burning questions, apparently. 2 plus 2 equals 5. That would be incorrect, I'm fairly certain. I don't know. I don't have my calculator out. How do I even check my black, straight male privilege? Well, you look in a mirror and you remind yourself that as a straight black male, you are responsible for all the terrible things in the world. And that even though you're black, so you're technically not white, right? So you're a little higher on the oppression scale. I mean, I'm sure the majority of you heard of the oppression Olympics. That's the big thing. And that goes back to that whole narcissism thing and, being told that nothing you do is wrong and everybody's oppressing you. That's where the term special snowflake comes from. That's the whole point, is now they want to be the center of the universe, but all the other people around them do as well. So how do you become the most special of snowflakes? You've got to be the most oppressed. So they come up with shit like headmates, and they self-diagnose themselves with 48 fucking conditions, and they create new genders. There's a new gender every day, just like there's a new fucking pronoun. It sounds like some old English rhyme, fee fi fo fum and all this shit. It's hard to keep track. And then when you don't, respect their made-up bullshit, you're suddenly listed as an oppressor because you don't want to call them Zertox, the Almighty. That's their new special name. And they've got 48 multiple systems in their head, and Saturn's talking to them while Doctor Who and I don't fucking know, Space Captain Falco fuck around. These people are insane. They want to be the most oppressed. They want to be the most special of snowflakes. Will you do an Otherkin video? You bet your ass I will. That is a whole fucking bag of crazy. I'm jumping into that at some point. Who is my waifu? I don't have a waifu, man. I'm not picking a waifu. I get shit on no matter what I say. If I answer yes, I have a waifu, and then I tell you what that waifu is, I'm going to be the world's biggest faggot according to somebody. And if I say I don't have a waifu, I'm still going to be that. So I'm just going to say I don't have a waifu. Can you tell us some of the new genders? If you want to play the ism and ist game, just pick a fucking word and stick it in front of ism or ist. And that's how it works. It doesn't even have to make sense. It's the same with genders. Just put something in front of the suffix, make sexual a suffix, and put something in front of it. I don't know, let's make up a new gender right now. How about wood sexual? I'm wood sexual. I bet you tomorrow somebody will come out and say, well, wood sexual is too oppressive. I consider myself more of an oak variant. Oh, and look he's cherry redwood. The cherry redwood sexual and oak sexual think that wood sexual people are oppressing us. I need to make a Tumblr blog about it and tell everybody how horrible it is. Let's find a fucking question now. See, I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I'm looking at the chat stream go by really, really fucking quick, and like shit's getting pegged off as spam, but I don't know how that's happening. I think it's some like automated program. If you say something specifically or if you link something, it automatically makes it spam. So I'm not 100% sure. Kekism. Yeah, there you go. Make that something. Kekism. I'm being oppressed by laughter. That's your new fucking thing. Congratulations. Go trademark it, and Tumblr will pay you $1 million. Do I think Gamergate is losing momentum? No, I don't. Listen, Gamergate works because people are fucking interested in it. There's nobody at the helm of it. There's nobody directing people. They're self-directing, that's their thing. People are interested in it, so they're making it keep going. If people had no interest, it would be dead right now. The reason it works is because people are interested. At the end of the day, people just want to play fucking video games. I just want to play good video games. Is that so much to ask? I'm sick of being told I'm a piece of shit because I don't buy into your crappy fucking propaganda. Just leave my video games alone. Fuck off. Go away. Go pick something else to shit up. Leave my video games alone. It's really fucking simple. But no, it's not losing momentum. My only suggestion to the people that want to see some kind of resolution to all of this would be to stick on point. To pick a fucking 1 or 2 hashtags and just keep it in that. Not your Shield Gamergate, those work fine. But if you start to split it off, it's going to make each of them look smaller and smaller. And it's going to make it look like it's losing momentum. So don't split them off. Say what you got to say. Keep it Gamergate and keep it fucking not your Shield. It's working just fine. The longer this goes on, the more they lose. They thought it would go away in a day. It didn't. It's almost fucking 3 weeks at this point. And I guarantee you the people with the money, the marketers and the advertisers are watching this. And they're watching what people are saying. You don't think that people at fucking Pepsi are probably laughing their asses off about this? They're probably asking themselves, well, fuck, how do we win this? How do we appeal to gamers? We mock them all the time, right? The whole, Dorito Gate shit. But really, they're pretty fucking benign. What's Pepsi's biggest fucking plot to date? They want you to eat Doritos while you play Halo. It's pretty fucking benign, if you ask me. So they want to know how to appeal to us. I'll tell you how an advertiser is not going to appeal to us by going to a fucking website that's telling us we're pieces of shit. I'm not going to go to that website. I'm not going to look at your fucking advertisements. Why would you associate with that? Why would you associate with somebody that's shitting on your target demographic? It makes no sense to me. Why is Newegg and Amazon and PepsiCo and all these other companies, why are they tolerating it? Why is Walt Disney tolerating it? They bought Maker Studio. They have a fucking investment in this whole stupid Gamergate shit because at the fucking heart of it, the game jam that Zoe fucked up was under, if I remember right, is under Maker Studios. So that Go look at the dates on that if you really want your mind blown. Disney put in their fucking bid for Maker Studios, I believe, a week ahead of time before those fucking articles dropped. And they had some kind of clause in their contract for the buyout stating that it would vary between 500 million and 950 million. So for all we know, those articles written by Grayson and Rosen fucked up Disney's buyout offer on Maker Studios. I mean, you could go anywhere with it, but as these large corporations are looking at this shit, these people, these game journalists, are fucking with their money. And eventually, if it keeps going and it keeps on point, it's going to force their hand. That's what they don't want. They don't want to have their hand forced. Pepsi sexual? There you go. You are Pepsi sexual. Yeah, it's part of the whole doism thing. What is it? I saw something about Anthony Birch. What a fucking moron that guy is. If I was the head of Gearbox, that is the last person on earth I would want running around Twitter right now is Anthony fucking Birch. What the fuck is he doing? You're getting your ass sued by Sega, and this idiot's running around talking about how Destructoid, how he's buddy-buddy with all these people and they suck his dick and give him great reviews. If I'm fucking sitting at Sega and I'm suing because Gearbox fucked up marketing, and then I see Anthony Birch, a guy who worked on one of their proprietary, pieces of intellectual property, whatever, going around saying that, hey, yeah, if we develop something internally, it's going to get great reviews because we bribe and we're friends with, and everybody's going to, because of nepotism and cronyism, going to give it great reviews. And I'm Sega, and I put that in your hands. I'm going to be like, why didn't you do that for me, you fucking cunt? Why didn't you, make that game get great reviews if it's so easy for you? Oh, God. They're just asking for trouble later on down the road. That is not the guy you want running around talking right now. Let's see. Can you check your Twitter, please? All right, I will check my Twitter, see if anybody's asking anything. Oh, where the fuck is this? All right, let's see what we got here. How do you respond to people? This one's from Rock Punch Groin. How do you respond to people saying your videos are long-winded? They are. Listen, I make videos that appeal to me, and you know what kind of videos I like? I like long videos. My shit's white noise. You put it on in the background while you're doing something else. That's what I do. I like videos that are like 20 to 30 minutes long. I could take a different approach. I could make videos that are 4 minutes long and upload 20 of them a week. That's so fucking dumb. Why would I do that? I mean, I get it. If you've got advertisements kicked in and you're making money off of views, sure. But I'd rather just make a video that covers the shit I'm interested in and be done with it. That's why they're long-winded. But no, I don't disagree. Yeah, they are long-winded. That's how I intentionally make them. Let's see what else we got here. From Cody Rogers, what do you think of right-wingers who don't care about games co-opting Gamergate? This is my thought on why you're seeing conservatives get involved. Putting all their politics aside and all their personal viewpoints, I think a lot of people in politics probably deal with the same shit we're seeing right now all the time. They probably get hit for having an opinion, and then the person that's hitting them, doing the hit job or going after them, hold up, just like these social justice warriors do, say, oh, you're a misogynist, you're a racist, you're horrible. And that's not just on the right, that's on the left too. I think there's a lot of shit flinging in politics, and a lot of it is pretty similar to what we're seeing in gaming, and we saw in Atheism Plus, and that's probably why they're interested. They're like, oh shit, I remember when that happened to us. Let's see what else we got. Political, that's another politics question. Don't touch me, you filthy casual. Sorry, I'm horrible. Is Moot a traitor to 4chan? No. Listen, think about the reality of this. If Moot wanted to sell that fucking website, he could. And he could get a buyer, and he could get a lot of money. He went off and he did his own thing with venture capitalists to do Canvas, and it didn't work out. So then he went off and he did his own, what was it, an app on the iPad? If Moot wanted to make money or sell you out, he would have done it already. He has no reason to not be upfront about it. That's the thing. If he wanted to fuck you, believe me, he'd be upfront about it. He wouldn't give a shit. He's the one guy who has continually said, and almost every single instance I've heard him speak at different venues, that he's for free speech, and he thinks being anonymous on an image board lets you fucking do that, and he thinks that's good. I don't really see him as a traitor. I don't see it. Maybe there's evidence out there for it, but as far as I'm concerned, he's a good guy. He's a good guy that likes anonymous conversation because it entertains him. Likes going on the boards and fucking with people. That's just how he is. What video games am I currently playing? Nothing. Right now, I'm doing a fucking live stream. Uh, let's see what else we got here. From Sam Metcalf, what do you think of the scare the devs have been getting from SJWs? That's a reality. I mean, here's how it is. When this broke, right? When Aaron put up his blog first, and it was focused on Zoe, and then it moved on into all these other instances of corruption in game journalism. Um, there's a risk. If you're a developer or if you're a reporter and you come out and you tell everybody, yeah, shit's terrible, and I've got evidence that shit's terrible, and they suddenly lose interest, you are fucked. So you've got all these developers and all these other people that I really do believe are out there and want to come up to the plate and say something, but they're fucking terrified. They're terrified people will lose interest, and the second they actually step up to the plate, their ass is going to be screwed because nobody's going to be there to support them. So again, the longer it goes on, the more safe and comfortable they'll feel coming out and saying, yeah, I can tell you, I can give you evidence of how bad these places are because here you go, here are chat logs, or here are conversations I've had with people and positions that are doing things. You've got to, at 1.2, be willing to support them. That doesn't mean you go out and buy their game or even market it, but fucking talk to them. Don't make them feel like they're out there in the wilderness alone. If SJWs and all these other crazy fuckers are, intimidating devs and telling them we're gonna fuck your career, go talk to them. Like, yeah, I'm here, man. I'm a gamer. Don't worry about those assholes. Nobody gives a shit. They're fucking idiots. That's how you make a difference. What are your favorite video games? Man, everybody asks that question, and every time it's a different answer. There are too many. That's a great thing about this hobby. There are too many fucking good games. Think about movies or books or comics. There are lots of great books, movies, and comics, but I think when you compare any of those hobbies or those interests in entertainment media to video games, it's worlds apart. There's so many fucking good games. You can't just pick one. They're too fucking many. There are too many from every generation and from every system. I mean, I get it. I like console war shit. I think it's funny watching people argue, but I would put out the statement that the majority, 90% of every fucking piece of hardware that's ever been released has had some good software on it, some really memorable shit. That's what's great about this hobby. There's always something good. Somebody's always making something entertaining. Let's see. Somebody's asking, what does it mean to even lift? I'm going to guess that probably means you don't fucking lift. And you probably drive a rascal scooter around. That's my guess. Why do you care so much about journalism? You seem so passionate. I like my hobby. And right now, journalists are screwing with my hobby. And I just don't like the idea that these people... how do I explain this? I think everybody here, and the majority of gamers on the fucking internet right now, have always assumed things are a bit corrupt on some level in video games. We think of these massive advertisers, luring people with money. But at some level, we understand that because these are big companies with lots of money, and these are the little journalists, right? And how are they ever going to handle that? But what's been so fucking screwed up about this Gamergate thing is they're not big companies. We're not talking about, Pepsi going to Steven Totillo and saying, hey, man, we want you to tell white male gamers they're horrible people, and here's 40 bags of Doritos and $100. It's these little small-time journalists and all these people starting up with their PR companies. They're doing it themselves. That's what's so fucked up about it. They're not being bribed. They're going out and asking for bribes. That's what's fucked up about it. And to watch them all run around and say they don't understand, they're trying to play this game like they don't get what ethics are, fuck off. You damn well know what it is. Don't act like it doesn't fuck you up. You can't tell me that somebody in politics could get away with it, or somebody in any other kind of journalism could get away with it. They fucking could not. There have been instances, many instances, of journalists getting shit-canned immediately for much lesser offenses. So don't try to pretend like Patreon is Kickstarter. It's fucking not. You're paying people monthly in the industry. And if you don't see why that's a problem, you're an idiot. One, it will make you want to give them favorable coverage. Why would you, the argument is, why would I give them favorable coverage? Asshole, why are you giving them $100 a month? That's my first question for you in fucking response. You obviously like them enough to pay them fucking money, so it wouldn't surprise me that you'd give them positive fucking press. But the other thing is, just imagine a situation where you've got a group of reporters paying a specific individual, a specific, just one particular game dev, and somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, man, that game dev, they did something horrible. I mean, really, really bad, and I've got evidence of it." you're not going to report on it because that's your friend. That's the guy you decided you wanted to spend money on every month. So fuck the person telling you they've got evidence of some horrible thing. You don't give a shit. And I mean that ideology is ingrained in these people. Go look at, again, Stephen Tottilo's response to the Robert Florence Eurogame thing. He couldn't be bothered. He couldn't give enough of a shit. He didn't care. Fucking reporters going out and doing their job. No, that's too hard. We're just bloggers. But the moment E3 comes around, they're suddenly journalists again. Fuck that. They can be replaced. That's the honest to God truth. There are enough small. I agree with what was it? Total Biscuit put out a video about games media, and I think he mentioned something that was fucking very true. We're reaching a point right now with the internet and how it facilitates people that you can create a bridge between the people that create something, the developers and the publishers, and the end user and the purchaser. You don't need anybody in the middle at this point. You've got shit like Metacritic. You've got shit like YouTube. So really, when we're looking at all these sites that are, so fucking corrupt and you've got all these ethical issues going on, do we need you again? Why exactly? Oh, because you get access to certain things. That's when you're using your journalistic credibility, right, to get behind the scenes. But if it is like people, who was it? There was some guy in Destructoid who left a comment who basically said, nobody at Destructoid calls themselves or thinks of themselves as a journalist. So they're just saying that they're bloggers. If it's a popularity contest of who gets the most page views, I have bad news for people at Destructoid and Polygon and Rock Paper Shotgun and all the other sites. People like fucking PewDiePie outclass all of you. You could combine all your fucking site traffic, and the idiot screaming at a camera going, "Ooh," has more views than you do. So if it's a popularity contest, guess who should be going to E3? Fucking YouTubers should be going to E3. They're the ones that should be going to E3 and interviewing people and testing out beta fucking hardware and getting people to send them game demos. Fuck you. You don't serve a purpose if you're just a blogger. And if it's just a popularity contest, you'll be eaten alive by people who have 1,000 times the following that you do on other fucking websites. So I don't buy their logic and their bullshit. It's crap. It's fucking crap. Let's get a couple more questions. I'm going to go back to the chat on YouTube. Let's see. What will be happening in the future in different industries? That's a big fucking question, man. You got what industries? Are you talking about in relation to this, or is that just like a fucking out there question? You want my opinion on where you should look in the future? If you're interested in, I don't know, business opportunities, go look at Western Africa. Do you think the Chinese are building ghost towns over there for no reason? At the same time that companies like Monsanto are working on fucking seeds that'll grow in really horrible conditions and bad weather. So you've got this labor force, all these Chinese that are going to be over there that'll work for nothing. And you've got companies that are going to make seeds that'll grow fucking anywhere. There's your business opportunity. There's your fucking industry. Go work on desalinization. Go work on turning ocean water into fresh water, because you've got a labor force and you've got a food source. You need to water it. Again, I don't know what you're asking. That's a lot of shit, man. There are a lot of industries. All right, so I'm going to go back to the chat. Is Patreon tax evasion? I don't know, but you could look at it as money laundering. If people were committing a crime, or if they're in collusion with one another, or if there was some kind of a racket going on, what better way to move money back and forth between people than using a service like Patreon? And don't get me wrong, I'm not shitting on Patreon, right? As a site, it's a cool idea. But in relation to journalism, these people shouldn't be playing a part in it. Let other people donate. You're a journalist. You don't need to be a part of that. You don't need to be a part of that. You should stay the fuck away from it. Ebola. Yeah, Ebola's still kicking strong. I don't understand that. What in the fuck, man? They already have one instance of it leaping countries because somebody got on a plane. If you know that you have this disease that's spreading amongst groups of people that don't take it seriously, like there were stories of people fucking destroying quarantine zones and ransacking hospitals and saying that, cures and medicine were terrible and they wanted to go to, more tribalist approach, like a witch doctor or something like that. I mean, that's the mindset of the group of people that are being infected with the disease at the moment. Why aren't you quarantining off these areas? Why are you allowing air travel in these areas? And maybe they are. I don't know. This fucking Gamergate shit has been so absorbing. I haven't even had a chance to really focus on the Ebola stuff, and that was scary. It's scary watching a disease spread like that quickly. Good luck, Ebola. I love that picture, Ebola-chan. It's fucking great. Let's find a question. See if I can scroll through here, so I'm not rambling about shit nobody cares about. What's my opinion on NeoGAF? Here's my opinion on NeoGAF. Fuck NeoGAF. That's my opinion on NeoGAF. When I saw that fucking, what is it, Evilor, the admin, whatever, when he started that, what a dick. So you're saying that you're the big source for gamers on the internet. And you've got all these, that's your special appeals. We got all these industry insiders that come to our website. We're such hot shit. And you're going to have people that report on games, and you're going to have people that make the games, and they've all got accounts. Maybe they're anonymous, maybe they're not. And you've got all these gamers. So it's focused on that. And then he starts a fucking thread by basically throwing away people's privacy and putting out their emails and mocking them and setting the tone as all his little mods come in and just echo his fucking opinion. And anybody that speaks out gets banned. That's the logic of NeoGAF. Go look through some of those threads sometime. You see when you don't go along with the groupthink on NeoGAF. You think Reddit's bad? Where you saw all the fucking people getting, shadow banned and comments getting deleted? It's nothing compared to NeoGAF. If you dare go against the grain on any of their policies, you're fucking gone. That's why I don't like forums. That's why I prefer shit like 4chan. You're just one of the anonymous assholes. Nobody fucking cares. You can put out any opinion you want. That's great. Unfettered free speech is awesome. That's why 4chan is great, and that's why I like Moot. What do you think about the new 3DS? I don't know. I actually I buckled and I bought a fucking handheld again. I used to have a DS and I used to have a Vita. My friend's girlfriend at the time broke my fucking Vita by dropping it on the floor when I think it was Final Fantasy Crisis Core. She wanted to borrow it and fucking destroyed it. And then the DS got busted in kind of a similar manner. So I haven't had like a handheld in a long fucking time, and I finally buckled. I had a gift card, and there was a sale on a 3DS XL or whatever the fuck it is. So I went out and picked that up, and I got Bravely Default, Legend of Zelda, A Link Between Worlds, and what is the other one? Pokemon X. So now I can be a Spurg. All I need now is like a giant leather trench coat and a fedora and a cane and maybe like a Sonic T-shirt, and I probably won't. I'll have to make sure not to bathe for like a week, and then I'll be that picture that you see posted on V when people make fun of gamers. What is my opinion on Jim Sterling? I don't know. I know he's released a couple videos talking about the shit, and I know that people were really pissed off about it. And I know that, going back to kind of like the escapists and stuff, I know Yahtzee's spoke a little bit about it. In my opinion, the escapist comes out looking better than the rest of them at this point, simply because they let a fucking thread go on. When this started, nobody would talk about it. The Escapist was the only forum that let people actually openly talk about it. And Tito, their editor-in-chief or whatever, came out and said, yeah, we didn't fact-check anything. We just took her word for it. And I disagree with what he said, how he has an agenda and he wants to help people and he doesn't care, he's going to push a narrative, that kind of shit. And again, he said that was his own opinion, whatever. And I disagree that, that's his opinion and that's his stance. But I respect that he had the balls to at least come into the fucking thread where people were screaming about this shit and say, yeah, this is the reality. So, I don't know. I don't know with that site and its personalities. I haven't paid that much attention. There's too much shit going on to pay attention to specific individuals. I will say fuck Movie Bob though, right? Fuck Bob Chipman. I haven't liked that guy since he tried to get a teenage boy arrested because he disliked his YouTube video. So fuck Movie Bob. My opinions on Ferguson. I've got no opinions on Ferguson. I'm focused on Gamergate. GameFAQs. Were you asking, I guess, what I think of that? I don't know. GameFAQs had their own threads going, too. A lot of websites, like, it's really weird when this shit started. Reddit talked about it. 4chan talked about it. You had stuff like Funny Junk talking about it and GameFAQs talking about it. I don't know why those sites in particular had the opinion of, fuck them, let's talk about it openly. And other sites didn't. I don't understand what's going on. And I know Reddit still got issues. I know people still are getting fucking shadow banned. And I know there's some weird shit still going on. And, that's their own fight that's their own battle to fight, I guess. But I don't know. I don't use GameFAQs. I couldn't tell you if it's a good site or not, but bully on them for at least having the balls to have a thread about it. People running the site obviously aren't pussies. Let's see what else we got here. What's my opinion on Gamergate over? I'm gonna guess that's some counter hashtag. Like I'm imagining there's some hipster fuck wearing plaid with his black rimmed glasses and his, fucking torn jeans and his shit from the 1990s that he thinks make him look, like hipster cool, right? Sitting at some secret meeting with other people, like, how can we stop them? These fucking gamers. I know. Let's make a new tag. That's how you stop them. That's how disconnected these idiots are. They think that they're going to stop the momentum that you see Gamergate and people calling for some fucking integrity in gaming journalism. They think they'll stop that by using social media in a different way. Like they're that disconnected. They don't understand. Video game, like people that are into games, we're all spurgs on some level. Our autism will not let us stop. That's what they are underestimating our autism. That is their critical fucking error. Is that? Oh, that went too fast. Have I performed fellatio? No, I'm sorry, I have not. I have not performed fellatio. Phil Fish, are you asking what I think of Phil Fish? I gave my opinion on Phil Fish in that first video. He's a dick. Phil Fish is a dick. Is anybody really in disagreement about that? I mean, that's something people have known for a long time. Anita CP. I'm guessing you're talking about the person that was tweeting shit at her. I don't know. I think you've got a big shitstorm going on right now, and I think it's attracting a lot of outside interests. And I think some of them think, hey, maybe we could jump in and stir the shit a little bit by doing really crazy stuff. So in my opinion, that's probably what it is. It's probably some troll that thought, oh, this will be funny, and I'll tweet this shit at. I've never really seen or heard that before. I've never heard of somebody actually using Twitter to send kitty porn to somebody. That blows my mind. So I hope they're not an idiot because I'm pretty sure the fucking feds will be looking for them. I can't imagine you could do something that publicly and not have a van parked down your street with a couple guys in black suits be like, yeah, that's the fucking moron that did it. Let's go arrest them. What is the best fetish? I'm not touching that question. I'm not touching that question, man. No answer I give to that is going to be good in anybody's opinion. I'll piss off somebody, or somebody will be like, no, no, man. Well, no, what did I say earlier? Wood sexual? Obviously, wood is the best fetish to have. You can't look at a tree and not be aroused, right? Welcome to the new age. What's wrong with stirring shit? I never said it's wrong to stir shit. I just think that what they did was fucking dumb, and they're gonna get. You can't do shit like that. You just can't, and think that you're gonna get away with it. It just doesn't happen. There are gonna be vans parked down your fucking street. All these people think, well, I hide behind 7 proxies. That really helped Lulsec, didn't it? Hiding behind all those proxies really helped them. They turned Sabu like that in a fucking week. Had him as their little puppet dancing around. Oh, let's see what else we got here. Am I hungry? A little bit. A little bit. Sorry, I'm taking a minute here to try to look through shit and answer stuff. Do I think game journalism will ever get its shit together? I don't know. It depends. Do I think these sites are redeemable? I think there are maybe some decent people that are on these sites and probably don't like what's going on and probably are embarrassed by it. I don't know if they're so deeply entrenched right now into their own bullshit if they'll ever change. But there are sites out there that aren't like this. And there are little guys too that really did try something. I mean, you had people like, what was it, GamesNosh and TechRaptor. Those were, two of the sites talking about shit at the very beginning. And I haven't really had a chance to check out either of them, which sucks. I mean, they should get some fucking attention, shouldn't they? I mean, they took a stand. They got hit for taking a stand. Those are the kind of people I'm thinking that are going to, if anything, potentially save gaming journalism by having some fucking shred of decency, by being able to say, you know what, fuck it. If there's a story going on, we're going to fucking report on it. DashCon? DashCon was fucking great. Who was the guy that uploaded the fucking videos of him of him walking around mocking people? That was fucking funny as shit. And then somebody pissed in the ball pit. God damn, was DashCon a disaster. That was funny as hell. Poor Tumblr, man. They can't catch a fucking break. Their convention turns to shit. They get hustled out of money. Somebody pisses in their ball pit, and then they try raiding 4chan and get their shit smacked around. That site, it just can't catch a fucking break. Oh, let's see. Fuck it. I'm gonna jump back to Twitter for a second. At least that's going slow. Can answer fucking questions easily there. Somebody just said gamers are all autistic. Our autism won't let us stop. That is correct. We are all ridiculously autistic. I don't think any gamer is going to deny that. You can't play a game for 5,000 fucking hours. I mean, you can't catch them all if you're not got a little bit of the tism in you. Is IGN the lesser of two evils now? I don't know. From what I understand, didn't they release one of these gamers are dead kind of biased spin articles? But for the most part, they've stayed out of it. I think IGN's at a point where it's large enough, where it's corporate enough, where they don't want to deal with this stupid shit. They don't want the reporters making them look bad. So I don't know. At this point, yeah, I would say IGN is the lesser of the evils when compared to shit like Kotaku and Polygon. For fucking yeah, I would definitely say that. What do you think of Jen Frank supposedly quitting? Either Jen Frank told the truth or she didn't. So she puts her article up, and then she gets called out on having financial ties to Zoe Quinn and Maya Kramer, two people involved in the story. She wrote a positive piece talking about how they're harassed and gamers are terrible. And then after that goes up, people find out the Patreon thing. First off, it's sloppy. Secondly, it's stupid. That's one of the things that boggles my mind more than anything else. These people are so sloppy about it. They're so arrogant and stupid about it. It would take you 5 seconds to cover your tracks, but you're just that full of your own shit that you just don't think nobody's going to catch on? I don't get that. So anyway, she gets called out on it, and then she says, oh, well, I talked to The Guardian ahead of time, and they said you don't need a disclaimer, that she wanted to put one in there. Now, I will be fair, if she honestly had that discussion and she wanted to put it in there, good on her. But from the perspective of The Guardian, bad on them, because there's no way they should have fucking greenlit that. They should have some fucking standards. That's ridiculous. You're going to let somebody report on a story when they're financially tied to it? Are you fucking kidding me? That's just bad. So I don't know what to tell you about Jen Frank. If she quit, if she got fired, I have no idea what's going on behind the scenes with that. But The Guardian sure fucked up, I'll tell you that much. What do I think of Violation saying Anita Sarkeesian is right about the Saints Row series? If you want to pander to that, go ahead. See how well your game sells. You're going to This is what I don't get. You've got these people coming in, criticizing games and saying stupid shit about why they're bad and how they need to be changed. Like, we've all heard the rumors about what's went on with Mirror's Edge 2 and how she advised and said that, oh, the controller's a barrier for women, so we need to make the controls easier, right? Or, oh, this issue is bad, you need to change this. You're fucking with the formula. The reason these games were liked is because the people that bought them enjoyed them. The gamers liked them. They appealed on some level to them. So if you're going to go fuck with that and you think that you're going to gain more than you're going to lose, you're mistaken. That's a bad business decision. It is a bad business decision. You don't shit on the people that support you. Anita Sarkeesian's not buying Saints Row. Why the fuck are you taking her advice on anything? Oh, let's see. How can people fight corruption and censorship successfully? I don't fucking know. Like, I have no clue. You got to fucking talk about it. I guess that's the easiest answer. If people want to shut you up, you need to talk. That's the simplest thing to do. Because if they're trying to keep you quiet, that obviously means they're afraid. So the more you talk, the more fucked up they get. Um, what do you think about the alleged faking of Not Your Shield? Is it bullshit? Yeah, I think it's bullshit. Again, look at the people using Not Your Shield from their perspective. And again, like, this Gamergate thing, you've got all these different people. We'd never get along. Let's be honest. We always should, fling shit at each other. You've got all these different groups that just don't get along. But they're all kind of focused on this one thing because it bothers all of them that much. So with this Not Your Shield thing, You've got all these people saying, "Stop fucking using us. You're shit. Stop using us. We're not your, an excuse for your fucking corruption." I don't think it's fake. I think those people are genuine. I think the people doing Not Your Shield are fucking completely genuine. And I think it's eye-opening for them because they get to see what social justice warriors are like. These people that pretend to really care about those causes don't give a shit. They're 10 times worse than the people they are pointing their fingers at. So no, I don't believe it's fake. Not one bit. What do you think of Ego Raptor, the one Jew from Newgrounds who runs Game Grumps? I don't watch Game Grumps. I don't know much about Ego Raptor, and I really don't know much about JonTron either. I couldn't give you an opinion. I mean, it's not shit I watch. I'm a boring person, man. When I watch YouTube videos, probably not shit that you would think. Question: how long until Bob Chipman has to backpedal? I don't know. Somebody should fucking sign him up for the Olympics, though. He's going to be, fit and in shape to do it. The motherfucker is backpedaling all the time, giving half apologies and stumbling over his own fucking words. Let's see. Internet Aristocrat, how do you feel about big names like Thunderfoot and TV siding with 4chan because of Game's Reddit article? Well, I'll tell you this right now. I think Thunderfoot, this is my own opinion, but I think Thunderfoot would have sided with it regardless of a specific article. Again, people like him saw what happened with atheism and atheism, atheism plus. They know what's up. They really fucking do. As far as TB, I what didn't he release a statement right on Twitter that started him getting a bunch of shit? And wasn't like the essence of the statement he fucking released essentially, if these allegations are true, corruption, took place, that's bad. And he had people attacking him for that. For that statement, really? When you boil it down, what he was saying is corruption is bad, and people attacked him for it. That's nuts. There's nothing wrong with saying corruption is bad. That's like, I don't get that. So he took shit over it. But yeah, I know. I mean, I think it's good. I'm glad people are sick of it. Whether they're big or small, it doesn't matter. The more people that are tired of it, the more effective getting these people to stop doing it will be. How are developers supposed to maintain artistic integrity when politics insists on overshadowing it? You got to put your fucking foot down. I talked about it in two of the videos about the guy from, what was it, Divinity Original Sin? I mean, go read that fucking blog. You sympathize with them. They just want to make video games. They want to be left the fuck alone. Let them make what they want to make. If the game is good, consumers will support it. That is really the reality at the end of the day. Don't let people come in and tamper with your art. And I understand it, man. It would piss me off. Think of your profession, whatever it is you fucking do in life. You don't want somebody coming in and telling you how to do it because of some bullshit outside influence, like, if it's PC or not, or all this social justice shit. It just leave them alone. Let them make their fucking video games. Stay the fuck away from them. What is the best form of shit posting? I don't know. I'd have to swing by SP and ask them. They are the masters of it. What happened to something awful? I don't know, man. Something awful used to be really good because it had a really don't give a fuck attitude, which is, well, charming, really. And the humor built around that attitude was really great. It was a fun place. It was a funny fucking place. But things just went downhill. Go. If you want a better insight into what's going on with something awful, go talk to fucking people that were goons for years and years and left. Go read shit on, I was gonna say SAS, but that's not around anymore. Go read shit on Something Sensitive about the fucking moderators at that place. That'll give you an insight into what's going on there. I don't know. It feels like it lost its sense of humor. It got too SJW, too up its own ass, and it forgot what funny was. And that sucks because goons are funny people. And the shit that came out of that forum, that website, was fucking great for a long time. And it just went down the toilet. It just disappeared. Play the original Ace of Spades with me, Shitlord Okun. What is this? Shitlord Dorito Kin? Sorry. I'm fucking stupid. I play a lot of Ace of Spades. I don't know what it is about that game. I'm just, again, that's like a white noise thing. It's you know how you have that one game where you want to play video games, but you don't want to get invested in something, or you don't really know what you want to play, so you just default to playing one specific title because it doesn't take any effort. You're not really even paying attention. You're just going through the motions of pressing the controls and kind of fucking about. That's what Ace of Spades is for me. Pepsi or Coke? Pepsi. What do I think about V's whole donation thing? Are you talking about the Fine Young Capitalists? Listen, I know people are like, oh, they've got all these, ulterior motives for why they're donating. Well, yeah, of course. 4chan is not a fucking hive mind. It's an anonymous place you can go and fling shit at each other. Not everybody is thinking the same thing as you. No board is like that. The majority of the boards aren't like that. I don't know about Lit. Fuck you, Lit. But the majority of the boards aren't like that. Uh, and so they're donating, and there are all these different reasons. But I think at the end of the day is, what did the fine young capitalists really want to do? They wanted women in game development. Now, you can laugh and piss and moan and talk about feminism not being in gaming and everything, but look at the approach they took. This is the key point. This is the fucking difference, and this is why they got money from V and other places. They didn't come to people and say, woe is me. Women are oppressed and everything in this life is terrible for us, and you'd better give us money because we're victims, and if you don't give us money, you're horrible pieces of shit, and you must be sexist, misogynist. Instead, they came to people and said, just give us a fucking chance. Give us a chance to show you that we're not fucking morons, that we can actually make something good, and then judge the game on its own merits. That appeals to people. You got an idea you want to do? Fucking put it out there. Don't guilt trip them into doing something. Just fucking be open about it. Be like, give us a shot. Let us die or live based on how good our product is. That's why I think people donated to the Fine Young Capitalists. Because they went forward to people and they said, we just want to make fucking video games. And yeah, we're focused on this specific aspect of it, but we're not guilt tripping you. We're not telling you terrible people if you don't donate to us. We just want to show you that we're not terrible and that women can make decent games. That's why I think people donated. All right. How do you feel about people using the word conspiracy to dismiss the info you put out? Listen, the whole conspiracy theory title for the videos and stuff, and the Jesse, I thought people would have picked up on that being a joke. Zoe Quinn uses Quinspiracy as her Twitter handle, and Andrew, the guy I know, does a Jesse Ventura voice, so that's why I called it Quinspiracy theory. It was too good to pass up. He can do Jesse. Jesse hosted a show called Conspiracy Theory, and her handle is Quinspiracy. It fucking was magical. That melded together perfectly. As for the people that are like, oh, you're conspiracy tinfoilers, and the stuff you're saying doesn't matter, look at it this way. People have this idea of conspiracies being this plot, right, where everybody gets together in a darkened room and talk about how they're going to do terrible things. There's such a thing as a serendipitous conspiracy, where people have similar goals, but they're not colluding with each other from the very start. They're doing their own thing. They have a goal in mind. And then one day they happen to notice that, hey, look, this other guy is doing the same thing I'm doing. Maybe we should work together towards a common goal. So that's, I guess, how I would describe it. I don't know. I think Silver String Media is playing a bigger role in all this than people probably realize. And if you go read those fucking blog posts, that shit is crazy. Those people are bonkers. And I love the marketing talk, by the way, if this ever gets back to Silver String. I like your marketing talk. It's very interesting how you create new buzzwords like you do, the whole transmedia thing. But let's be honest, it's marketing and PR. And I know they've tried to deny that, but there are YouTube videos of the CEO of the company saying, we will do anything for money. Those YouTube videos are up. They're on accounts with like 13 views. I don't know if he's taken them down yet. But he basically says, you don't have to make video games. I don't give a shit. Just give me money and I'll get information out there for people to look at. That's what transmedia is. It's marketing. It's PR. It's putting something across all social media, essentially. That's what he does. So I think that company plays a bigger part in this, and Maya Kramer's attached to that company. I know they edited their fucking website, and I think they took the COO off. After the video from... fuck, I'm blanking on it. The IGF video, the one that showed, the connections in that video. If you look at the video, you'll see the COO is listed on the or the CCO, whatever, is listed in the video. But if you go to the website now, he's gone. If you go on the Wayback Machine, it's still on there. So people are trying to disappear now. They're trying to erase their connection to this fucking company. There's something there. There is something there. I don't know what it is, but there's something there, and they just don't want people digging, I guess. But you've got to go deeper. All right, let's go back to the YouTube chat, see if anybody's got any questions. Ask whatever you guys want. It doesn't have to just be the Gamergate thing. This is just like the first two Shitlord streams. Whatever you're interested in talking about. What is the earliest example of SJW interference I can think of? Oh, in gaming I can think of? Oh, fuck, man. That's a good question. I don't know, actually. Off the top of my head, I honestly don't know. Somebody should look into it. I bet if you went to all these websites and you looked really, really far back, you could create like a timeline that would show you exactly where they started going off the rails. And if you lined up all the websites and you took those points where they started going off the rails, it might be interesting to see if it coincides with each other and what events might have been taking place at that specific time. Shrek caused the Holocaust, so that's what he's been doing after the movies. Just couldn't handle the death of his stardom. Oh, fucking hell, man, this is going so quick. I can't keep up with the chat. I'm gonna have to jump back to Twitter for a second. I'm just I'm slow. What can I say? Last question. Do you watch any Chinese cartoons? Well, when I'm doing it for free, I do. I've got a large backlog of Chinese cartoons I need to catch up on. What do you think about the whole DMCA part added to 4chan? The DMCA, are you talking about after the celebrity leaks? I'm guessing that's what you mean. I don't know. I don't know. Moot's a person, man. Probably got a fucking knock on his door. What was it that happened at Something Awful, where somebody posted that they were going to, go after the president, and then Lotax got a knock on his door by men in suits who told him, "Are you out of your fucking mind?" And he had to take action. It's probably something similar to that. Not as extreme because they weren't in relation to the fucking president, but probably something similar like that. What's my favorite genre of video game? RPGs. I like RPGs. They're long. You can spend a lot of hours in them. I enjoy them. But to be honest, I like all kinds of video games. There's nothing. I can't think of a specific genre I don't like. Could you remind people to keep sending emails to the advertisers? I would suspect most people are probably still doing that. I mean, it's an effective measure. If you email the advertisers, if you email the people that are financially supporting the websites that are doing this shit, and they start getting, again, look at the amount of tweets that went out under Gamergate, or look at the amount of views combined on all the videos related to the subject. You're talking about hundreds of thousands of people. If I was an advertiser, if I was the marketer in some company, and I woke up one day to 20,000 fucking emails, you can bet your fucking ass I'm going to start paying attention. It's not just sending emails. You've got to send them in bulk. You have to have enough people send them at one specific moment that nobody can ignore it. If some guy at Kraft or Newegg or Amazon goes into work one day and he's got 100,000 fucking emails waiting for him, I guarantee you that business relationship is going to be over. They're going to say, fuck that site. That is way too many goddamn people. Let's see. I heard Funny Chunk was building a game journalism site. What's your opinion on this? I haven't heard that. I mean, if they are, good luck. You know, why not? I know a lot of people are doing it right now. The more, the better. Listen, it's the free market, man. If you put more options out there, people can go to those other options. Why not? I wish Funny Junk luck, or Jesus Christ, I'm a little tired. I wish Funny Junk luck if they're doing that. Why are young people so faggy? I don't know. I don't know how to answer that, Maul. Um, it's a side effect of the internet. We're all a little bit faggy. It's what happens when you use social media. It's one of the side effects. What are your thoughts about the fappening? So Here's my thoughts on the fappening. Don't fucking upload pictures of yourself. Don't save fucking pictures of yourself naked or getting screwed and put them on any service. You're asking for fucking trouble. What are you doing? This is internet shit 101. Nothing is secure. There's nothing that exists. There's no computer system, there's no service, there's no cloud, there's no storage service that is secure. There is always going to be a weakness. That is the fucking reality. And if you're dumb enough, just don't do it. Don't put your, this is common sense shit. Don't put your name on stuff. Don't put your fucking address and phone number out there. Don't upload naked pictures of yourself on a service, even if you trust the company. It is a bad idea. If you want to take nude pics with your friends and your lovers and whatever, fine. Use a fucking Polaroid camera. Put it in a fucking desk drawer. Why are you putting that on some service? You're asking for fucking trouble. Am I Ben Zyklon? No, I'm not. Ben Zyklon Garrison. No, no, I'm not. He's a dangerous man who'll probably murder me for even mentioning his name. I'm victim blaming. Oh, you're talking about the fappening thing? Yeah, I guess you could say that. I'm victim blaming. That's terrible. I just, if you learn anything from the fappening, if that's what people are fucking calling it, don't put your shit on the internet. You are fucking going to get screwed one day for doing that. It's just a bad idea. Don't put naked pictures of yourself out there. Don't put your personal information out there. There's no reason to do it. It's just a risk. I'm telling you, it's a bad idea. And this recent event illustrates that. And as bad as the hacker or whatever fucking happened that got the information is, explain to me how it is Deadspin has no problems putting up nudes of celebrities right after that happened. Where's, fucking Gawker's integrity there? As they tell everybody how sexist and horrible gamers are. They've got no problem showing some chick posing naked with her boyfriend just because he happens to be a sports celebrity. That's fine for them. Are you a big guy? For you, yeah. Do you like Fallout, the video game series? Yes, I do. Oh, let's see. God, this shit's going so fucking quick. That looked like an interesting one. What was that? And I already lost it. It was something about altruism. Fuck, it looked like a good question. I'm sorry, man. Am I a NEET? No, God, no, I'm not a NEET. If I were a NEET, I wouldn't be doing a live stream right now. I would be posting on JP in between pissing in Coke bottles and eating 5-day-old pizza. That's what I'd be doing if I were NEET. Can I fix Australia? Probably not. I'm just an idiot on the internet. Check Twitter, please. Because it's slower? I guess that makes sense. Let's see. What's your opinion on Vivian James? I think Vivian James is fucking heads and shoulders above. What was that fucking thing Reddit came up with? Didn't they have their own creation? Vivian James is obviously superior. They should make it a game where Vivian James and Reddit's little characters are a little sister, and Vivian James just kicks the shit out of her for the entire game. That would be entertaining. Make it a female version of Super Mario Brothers. Neat shaming. Yeah, I'm terrible. I'm horrible. Shaming those poor neats. Now they're gonna cry while they piss into their Coke bottles. it's bad. What's my view on Twitch streaming? Listen, I mean, like I said, I don't make money off of this. I just do it for the fun of it. If somebody wants to go and do Twitch streaming and shit, whatever, go ahead. If you're gonna make money off it, fine. I have no opinion on it. Go knock yourself out. If people like your shit, great. What is my opinion on Iceland? I have no opinion on Iceland. There are many countries I don't have an opinion on because I don't know much about them. Let's see. Did somebody ask about Adam Sessler? Isn't Adam Sessler, isn't that the man that's fighting off 4chan while jacking off? Is that the guy we're talking about? Adam Sessler. So he goes from games journalism and a TV host to he's running, what is it, Theory Head Inc. So that's a consulting company, or what exactly does his company do now? I mean, it doesn't really look great when he's talking shit from a bar with Zoe Quinn as everybody's talking about journalistic integrity. Makes him kind of come off like an asshole. That would be my opinion on Adam Sessler. Is it too late for Canada? Oh, you guys got there's some fucked up shit going on in Canada. I don't know. Don't worry though, America is going to burn right alongside you. We'll go down together. Internet aristocrat, what do you look like? I'm. If I were to walk down the street and walk past you, you would not even give me a second look. I am the most typical average-looking person you could imagine. Normal, well, I'm 5'11", 6 foot. Normal weight. I don't know. I got a little heavy set recently, so I'm like 180. Usually I like to be like 170. That, well, at least in my opinion, that's heavy, is gaining 10 pounds. But I'm average. I'm blonde hair, blue eyed. I'm just a normal fucking guy. There's nothing spectacular about me. There's nothing defining about me. I'm your typical fucking normal person. Am I an atheist? No, I'm an apatheist, which just means I'm so fucking stupid and uninterested in the debate between whether God exists or not that I'm just not going to throw my hat into the ring. That's what an apatheist is. Besides, I'm more interested in other shit, man. You know, there are other things that I find more fascinating. I like math. I like working on math, and that's a hobby of mine. I'd rather focus on shit like that. There are smarter people than I am on both sides that can go and debate bigger questions like that. I'm going to stay out of it because I'm an idiot. How often do I check my privilege? Every day. Every fucking day. Aryan manlet. Yeah, by fit standard, if you're below 7'5", you're a fucking manlet. I sadly I am. Yes. If I met a normal citizen, I'd probably have to stand on a stepping stool just to look at their navel. That's how short I am. Normative privilege. Yeah, you could call it that. Why not? I've got normative privilege. What do I think about the correlation between games journalism and third wave feminism? I've said before, um, Tumblr's like an end result, right? What you see on Tumblr with like social justice warriors is like an end result. And I kind of explain with the narcissism thing what these people are. But I'll tell you what fuels it, in part, what fuels it. Uh, our colleges, specifically soft science departments, and specifically certain segments of sociology, really, really fuel it. When you're kind of comparing games journalism, they probably go to college and they get filled up with this bullshit, and then they leave and they spout it off. I think that happens to a lot of things. I think a lot of social justice warriors are around, I don't know, I'd say between 18 to 28, and I think it heavily influenced from a specific segment of academia. And that's not just me saying that. You want to see something really interesting, if you really want your fucking mind blown, go look up an organization called Foundation for Individual Rights in Education, FIRE. So this organization was started to protect students' rights on campuses. It was started by, like, imagine like your typical, like if you were thinking of a stereotype, like, a New Yorker, like a kind of an older Bronx Jewish guy, right? Named Silverglate, if I remember right. So he started this organization called FIRE to defend students. Now he is a liberal by his own definition. Silverglate is a liberal. He is left-leaning. But he was in the 60s, and he was part of the whole movement of, hey man, you should let us have the rights to speak on campus. But when you listen to interviews with him, the shit he says is really interesting. He says, we were fighting so that the establishment in colleges at the time would let other people with differing viewpoints, give them the right to speak. But what he found out, the reality of it was, they weren't fighting for free speech. They were fighting for their speech. So when they got in positions of power, they silenced the other side. So it was a shift. If you look at the 40s and 50s, it was conservatives kind of making it so liberals couldn't say what they wanted on campuses. And Silverglade thought they were going to go fight the good fight and everybody could talk. But what happened was, once those left-leaning kind of liberals got into position, they shut everybody up. So here's Silverglade. He runs this organization for students' rights. and he's a liberal, and they think he's a conservative. Like the people I'm talking about when I'm talking about specific segments of sociologists, they would define him as being right wing, even though he's not, because they are so far off the charts to the left. So I guess if you compare that to third wave feminism, it plays a part. College plays a part in a lot of this shit. I'm just going to be honest, specifically sociology. That's why you got to go STEM, man. Facts and reality. Has there been a sharp decline in viewership on Kotaku, etc.? There have been graphs that have been out there right now showing that a lot of these sites have a downward trend. Now, people are arguing that this is a normal, this is a normal dip post E3 and post all this other shit, but the reality is PAX just took place, so shouldn't their numbers be up? Really, when you're thinking about it, they just had PAX happen, so shouldn't all these sites have tons of viewers going to hear about all the great news about all those fantastic fucking panels talking about the stupidest shit on Earth? Because weren't there Dick Wolf attacks at PAX? Weren't there, roaming fucking packs of Dick Wolves attacking innocent women as they were running around PAX? Isn't that usually what happens every year? So I don't know why their numbers are down. So yeah, I'd say there's a decline taking place. Will Hillary win? No, Hillary will not win. I'll tell you that right now. I don't know who will win, but it ain't going to be Hillary. What do I think about Putin? Putin, okay. You can look at Putin, right, and say, I don't like him. I don't like the policies that he has in place. He suppresses speech, and he controls the newspapers, and he does things that I find underhanded. But the thing to remember about Putin is he is the kind of guy who, when he walks into a situation where somebody's bigger and tougher than him, he doesn't say, oh, well, I can't win this fight. Instead, what he says is, I'm going to get a bigger stick than the one you have so I can come back here and kick your shit in. So here's Putin, this ex-KGB guy, who gets power in Russia, and you've got these oligarchs, these really rich assholes that control everything. And what did Putin do? Knock their shit right out of the ballpark and take power from them. So I admire that. I like a guy who goes into a situation, or a woman, doesn't matter, who goes into a situation where somebody's bigger than them and they kick their ass in. That's an admirable quality. You can't tell me that that's not an admirable quality. Kirk or Picard? Picard. I like Picard. I like Picard. What do I think about North Korea, Iran, and Russia? Uh, I don't know. Um, I think, again, if you look at Putin, it's really important to understand his viewpoint. He liked the prestige. He liked the idea of power that Russia had when it was the big bad Soviet Union. And I'm not saying that he wants it to return to a communist system, but I think he wants Russia to be much more than it is. So when I think of Russia, I think of a man who wants to expand his borders and wants to take back territory that used to be theirs, whether by force or right, doesn't matter. North Korea, I think, is becoming a problem for China. I don't think they don't have a value at this point. I think China's got better interest elsewhere. I think North Korea is going to see a decline in its support from China as it focuses on other things. And besides, they're all starving to death, right? I don't know what the fuck's going on with that country. As for Iran, I don't know much about Iran. I couldn't tell you. I really, really couldn't. I know, what was it, the Studnex thing that fucked up their nuclear research program that, is alleged to have been made by U.S. or Israeli intelligence sources to get into their, what was it, their computer systems, and it fucked with certain equipment so they couldn't do nuclear research. And why are you poking a bear? Why, if the U.S. views Iran as a problem, why are you fucking with them? You're just asking them to do something. Now, Paul would probably tell you exactly what's going on, but those are my thoughts. Jesse Ventura versus, oh, well, that went by too quick. I didn't see who he was versing. What are my thoughts on Bitcoin? I've had conversations with a guy who's big into Bitcoins. I'll tell you what my thoughts are on this. I'm probably not the guy you should be listening to when you want to know about Bitcoins. Go to G. Go talk to G about that, or go to Biz and listen to their opinions on that. But as for my opinion on it, you have all these competing cryptocurrencies. You have all these secondary markets opening up, right? But nothing's secure. I don't feel like there's any security in any of them. It's not like I can transfer money into Bitcoins or some other one and go to an ATM somewhere and then take it back out. And without that kind of security, what am I buying with Bitcoins? I mean, yeah, it's great and it's got all these uses and people are speculating and they're using the market to try to build fortunes, but there's like, to my knowledge, one fucking ATM in Canada where you can use Bitcoins to get coffee. Whoop-de fucking do. I'm not going to take a plane trip to fucking Canada to get a cup of coffee with my Bitcoins. I'd rather use, real fucking fiat currency or a credit card or a checking system. At least to me, that's more secure. But again, like I said, I'm not the guy you should be asking. There's smarter people that could give you better opinions. I'm from Biz. Biz is fucking empty. Well, see, okay, remember that. People always go to Moot and say, hey, make a fucking board. I want a history board. I want a business board. I want this board or that board. And then the board gets made and nobody uses it. And then they just go back to Polar V and shit it up. So, it's a fucking reality. Am I a libertarian? No, I'm not a libertarian. I'm a constitutionalist with conservative leanings. Have fun figuring out what that means. Is Mighty Number Nine going? I'm thinking they're saying, is Mighty Number Nine going to flop? I don't know. I've heard people saying they didn't like it. Wasn't there slowdown issues and people were saying it was too easy, and they didn't like the engine they used for it and other shit. And it just essentially people were saying what? It didn't feel like Mega Man. That's probably a bad sign. If you're making a Mega Man game, right? Wink, wink. Not titled Mega Man, but if you're making a Mega Man game for Mega Man fans, and the biggest complaint is it doesn't feel like Mega Man, then you fucked up big time, didn't you? So I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. Have I talked to what is it, Archon from The Escapist? No, I have not. I don't know why we would talk. Listen, I'm nobody. I just make YouTube videos. You know, there's nothing I'm insignificant. I'm just a guy that makes YouTube videos. There's nothing special about me. I would talking to people about specific things wouldn't really accomplish anything. If The Escapist wants to do good, create a new ethical policy and publish it. Re-examine your original piece where you went after Wizard Chan and address it, and just get your house in order and be upfront about it, and people will respect you. Do that on your own. People will respect you. People will respect The Escapist if they come out and they say, you know what, moving forward, this is what we're going to do. And we're going to go look back at some of our stories and we're going to fucking say we're sorry and make it right. That's all he needs to do. That's really all he needs to do. Check my Twitter, all right? Uh, oh shit. All right, I should have refreshed. I thought nobody was asking questions. I'm just fucking retarded. You're super ignorant about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. That's why I said ask somebody else. Are you going to buy Resident Evil Remake Port? Will you support a return to real survival horror? I bought so many fucking Resident Evil games at this point, and they've all just fucking disappointed me. I do have hope for a Silent Hill, though. That looks like it's in good fucking hands. That looks like a series that's going to go back to being good. What state am I from? I'm not going to tell you. Take a guess. Are you a Mensa member? Oh, God, no. I'm a fucking idiot. What do you think of Neutral Milk Hotel? I have no idea. Do I buy gold? No, I do not. What about walking simulators like Gone Home? Do you like it? No, I do not. I do not like Gone Home. I do not like walking simulators. But I have bought shitty games before. Why do I think Hillary won't win? I don't think she has the political appeal to win the presidency. That is my opinion on that. What do you think about game jams and how the ambiguous Rebel game jam could affect the industry in future game jams? I don't know. I don't know. This whole thing is a debacle, right? The whole fucking Zoe Quinn thing, the whole conspiracy shit. It's making everybody look bad. Everybody. Indie developers look bad. Game jams look bad. Game journalism sites look bad. Journalists look bad. It needs to be addressed. It probably has a negative effect. It probably makes people think they're all fucking scams. And until somebody addresses all this shit, it's just that's never going to go away. It has to be addressed. Somebody has to step up to the plate and do something. Oh, let's see. Why is Theodore Roosevelt the best U.S. president? Teddy? We're talking about Teddy? I'll tell you why Teddy Roosevelt is the most badass motherfucker to walk the planet. This guy went to give a speech, and somebody shot him in the fucking chest. And instead of crying about it or running to the doctor, he gave the fucking speech anyway, bleeding for an hour. So he gets shot in the fucking chest, and he gives his speech anyway for an hour. I don't even care what his politics are at that point. I would vote for a guy like that. You're going to get shot in the chest and still give your speech? That is pretty fucking ballsy, man. That is a badass son of a bitch. Dogs or cats? Dogs. Now I just pissed off half the internet, huh? Have I talked to Archon from the Escapist yet? No, I've not. Why do you kill all those children, Jim? I'm just a horrible human being, obviously. Should we weaponize Ebola for the war on terror? Yeah, no, that's a brilliant idea. What was the guy? I almost want to say he's Swedish, but that's probably wrong. There was some guy that kicked up a shitstorm, was it a year or two ago, where he wanted to take avian flu and weaponize it. And his excuse for doing that, and then publishing the research, or his justification for doing that and publishing the research was, it will let us study this better and let us, I don't know, come up with defenses against it. But again, at the end of the day, it's a guy weaponizing the fucking bird flu and then putting out reports on how to do it. That seems really fucking dumb to me. What do I think of PAX in general? What the fuck is PAX anymore? Is it about video games? Because it sure doesn't seem like it, does it? Half the fucking panels at PAX are about being oppressed or being a special snowflake. I mean, what the fuck are you guys doing? Is that video games you're doing anymore? Because it sure doesn't seem like it, man. Let's see. Fire sounds like bullied growing up to become bullies. Talking about the Foundation for Individual Rights and Education. No, not really. Go look at some of the shit they've done. It's essentially about students that, well, they're being treated unfairly on campus. And it's just they go in and they do the best to defend them so they're not getting shit on when somebody wants to do something. One of their cases, if I remember right, to give you an idea, a guy was reading a book that was available in the school library. I think he was a student and he was working as a janitor, like as a part-time job at the school to pay for college. Somebody on staff or somebody at the school had said he was a racist for reading the book and that it offended her. And so they threatened to throw him out of school for that. That was a case where Fire stepped in and defended him and made them back down. So that's the kind of shit I'm talking about. That's what they deal with, really crazy shit. What is worse, far left or far right? I'd say far anything can be dangerous, but at the moment, I think what you're seeing, or what's the popular thing that's bullying people a lot, probably be the far left. What's the most common threat you get? Again, it's the fucking internet. What does it matter? I mean, it's just people talking shit. That's what people do. That's how the internet functions. Oh, we're gonna kill you, or oh, you're a faggot, that kind of shit. That's typical. It's daily. Let's see. Do you powder the wig? No, I do not. I don't know why people are so interested in the fucking picture. It was the first image result on a Google search for aristocrat wig, if I remember right. It just looks good. It's a good picture. That's why I went with it. Opinion on that guy with the glasses? That place is a shit show. Um, that you could make a video series on that place. I've heard some really fucking interesting stories from certain individuals about that guy with the glasses. Though I like, is it Brad Jones? I like him. But as for the rest of them, you could, there's a lot of shit going on there. A lot of back history. Am I 1/64th Cherokee? I don't know. Maybe I'm 128th or 256th. Who knows? Let's jump back to the chat here. How long has this even been going on for? People must be bored out of their fucking minds. Holy shit! An hour and 45 minutes? Oh yeah, no, I'll openly admit it. Fuck that guy with the glasses. Yeah, no, yeah. Oh, explain this to me, right? With that guy with the glasses, this makes no fucking sense. Or you know what? Let me rephrase that. Doug Walker, stop. Just please stop. It's over. It's done. Just please stop at this point. You had the nostalgia critic, and people liked that. And then you went and fucked with the formula. And you did this horrible, horribly unfunny skit show. And it was god fucking awful, man. It is the worst shit that's ever been put on the fucking internet. It was unfunny. And you just couldn't let it go. So you shit up the nostalgia critic with it. Why? Why? Do you think people want to watch you mock a movie and do your little reviews? And hey, when Nostalgia Critic started, I liked it. I thought it was funny. I liked it. It was good stuff. But then you started infusing these fucking 8-minute segments of shitty skit comedy into every single Nostalgia Critic video. That is really unappealing. Nobody likes it. Nobody likes it. I know you've got people that comment on your videos that say they like it. They're lying to you. Nobody likes it. Stop. As for fucking Linkara, holy shit. Those are some of the funnest threads you'll ever see on TV, is when they're making fun of Linkara. If you've never been to one of those threads, I'd highly recommend it. It is fucking entertaining. Will you ever show your handsome face? My face is on the internet. Go track it down. I've got pictures on the internet. Go find them. Be a super sleuth. Thank you for your videos. Well, you're welcome. I'm glad you can stand listening to me whine for 30 minutes about inane shit. There's one guy in the chat who says he likes it. You like those skits? I'm not trying to shit on you. I'm being honest. Do you really like them? I don't find them appealing. They're not entertaining. They're not funny. The Nostalgia Critic was good, man, but those skits are fucking awful. What do you find appealing about them? I'm never going to see the answer on mine. It's going by too quick. What is my opinion on the Vivian threads? Listen, I mean, if there are one or two threads dedicated to something, you can skip over them. It'd be a different story if it was like fucking 45 threads all dedicated to the same thing. Then I could understand people getting annoyed. But if it's one thread or two threads dedicated to a specific thing, fuck it. Just ignore it. There's a lot of other shit to look at. I mean, I go to a bunch of different boards. There's a lot of shit I don't want to fucking go through, but I just ignore it. I go to a different thread. How do I feel about Yahtzee? I don't know. I remember watching some of his videos before and stuff, but I haven't really watched his shit recently. Again, I know there are a lot of there are a lot of personalities and people who do a lot of like video game related shit. You got like Yahtzee, you've got stuff like the Game Grumps, you've got Total Biscuit, you've got all these different people, and they've got their own fan bases and people like their stuff. But I really don't. That's not the kind of stuff I watch. Personally, it's just not the kind of stuff I watch. That's not to say it's bad or it's not entertaining. It's just not the shit I watch when I'm online. I'm watching other stuff. I have to rewatch Legend of the Galactic Heroes, or whatever the fuck it is, for the 80th time. Let's see. How do I feel about Spoonie? Fuck Spoonie. What happened to you, Spoonie? Didn't you get your ass kicked off that guy with the glasses because of this social justice warrior shit? And now you're running around Twitter calling out people that are interested in Gamergate? What the fuck? Hey, didn't they tar and feather your ass with bullshit? And you had to deal with that? I don't know what the fuck is going on with Spoonie. I don't know why he isn't on this. That doesn't make sense to me. I really don't know. What is my favorite board? Everybody knows the board I like the most is Pole. I enjoy Pole a lot. I also like V a lot. I go to Fit a lot. I go to K a lot. And those are the boards that I frequent. SP's funny. TV's got some great shit. TG, when they do those, what is it, Humanity Fuck Yeah threads, where they put up their fiction, that's fucking really great too. What do I watch? Just shit that interests me. Um, I don't know. Let me look. Let me look through the list of shit I got. I'll tell you what I watch. Where are my subscriptions? Let's see. Double check this guy's name. All right. There's a guy I watch. Where is it? Take Some Crime. I don't know if you ever heard of the channel. All he does is dance. That's it. That's his fucking channel. Listens to cool music and he dances. I like dancing, so, and I like his. He's got like fucking eclectic tastes in music, so you can find some good shit on there. See what else I watch. Subscriptions. Oh, that's right. What the fuck is his? What is he calling himself now? I think he changed his name. I know he left YouTube. So Classic Game Room, Lord Carnage. I don't know if he's on YouTube now or if he left or if he's doing his own site. I haven't watched it in a while, but Mark, Mark is a great guy. Like I've watched a lot of his videos. He's never pissy. He's never mean. He just likes video games. He just likes video games and he talks about video games. I also like watching a lot of Reno. That shit's great. That shit's fucking fantastic. I also like Japanese game shows, like the crazy ones where they do like punishment challenges and stuff. Rate your skill in fighting games. I'm fucking horrible at fighting games, but I love playing them. I'm terrible at a lot of video games, but I still like playing them. What do I think of Sargon of this shit's going so quick? I think I know what you're talking about. I like his videos. Lord Carnage is back. Oh, he's back on YouTube? Fucking great. Yeah, like I said, I love his stuff. The Classic Game Room, the old stuff when he used to have a co-host was really good too. All he does is review shit he likes. Talks about video games, loves video games. How can you not like that? Upbeat guy, watch his video, enjoy him, have a laugh as he drinks a beer and talks about shit he enjoys. Do I play Dwarf Fortress? No, I'm too fucking stupid to be able to handle a game like that. Thoughts on AVGN? What happened with his movie? I know a couple people who were talking about his movie that thought it turned out like shit, and I've seen some clips of it too. Was it really that bad? Did it really turn out that horrible? And weren't there stories too of actors he had on set that were making fun of him that he got really, really upset about? Oh, that's another person I watched too, by the way. Not AVGN, but Red Letter Media. Those guys are fucking amazing. Red Letter Media is probably, yeah, I watch all their shit. Absolutely every bit of it. Red Letter Media is great. Check Twitter. All right. If I were a gun, what gun would I be? Probably one that would misfire and kill you. I'm just an idiot. Nothing special. How do you feel about feminism in general without the SJW bullshit? I don't know. You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see pure ideologies battling it out in public debates with this SJW shit removed. Wouldn't you? I mean, wouldn't it be nice to see what the better argument is with these people removed? To see if there's any merit to them? That's what I'd be interested in. I think feminism, just like everything else, got hit by the same kind of people. I think everything's been shit up by this exact same kind of personality type. And I think if they get removed, people can watch fucking good debates. Why not have a feminist and I don't know, a men's right activist and an egalitarian have a fucking debate and just argue with each other, but without all the shit flinging that these social justice warriors bring into it. That would be entertaining, I think. Like again, like I said, they shit up anything they touch. Spoonie's girlfriend is an SJW. Well, there you go. That would explain it. That would explain a lot. What do I think about 4chan's weaponized minorities? How do you weaponize a minority? You strap a missile on a black guy's back? How does that work? What exactly are the steps involved in weaponizing a minority? These people are so retarded. Weaponized minority. That's great. That is a great fucking term. That should be a fucking printed on a T-shirt. Ah, fuck. I disagree with your Steam sales video. Okay. Like I said, I put videos out about shit that interests me, and they're my own opinions. I mean, if you disagree, that's fine, man. I don't expect that you're going to agree with everything I say. I got no problem with that. I found your nudes. Pay me or they will leak. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, all I've got is $7. Oh, just $7. Have you seen Eric Kane's new article about Gamergate? Yeah, if you're referring to, well, I don't know, unless he posted one like this evening, then no. But if you're talking about the previous one, it seemed more invested. I still don't agree with everything he said, but the more recent one that he put up, I think, is more invested. And that's what I expected. That's what I wanted from him. Let's see. What is this? Why did you stop following the JIDF? Are you anti-Semitic goy? What are you talking about? Oh, what the fuck? Wait, can somebody make you unfollow them on Twitter? I don't really know. I don't use the social media thing. Maybe they made me unfollow them. Is that possible? I'm gonna go refollow them right now. What the hell? It says I'm following them, but it doesn't show I'm following them. There's some fucking shenanigans afoot going on right now. I don't know what's going on, but some sneaky shit going down. Maybe they're embarrassed. Oh, it's great. Oh shit. I feel like I'm rambling at this point. How long has this fucking been going on? You got any good questions? Ask them now. I got another 10 minutes. Super salad? Soup. I really like French onion soup. That's fucking great with like teriyaki salmon or something like that. It's really good. Oh, they can block you. Oh shit. All right. Bring on a guest. Bring on a guest. I feel like I'm boring the shit out of people at this point. I was gonna have a couple people come on, but I'm boring you probably more than likely. Do I watch CinemaSins? No, I don't believe I've seen it. I'll check it out later on. See what it's like. Am I Hebrew? No, I'm not. I've told you all I'm part Irish. There are other parts too, but none of you have guessed them. Oh, look at all this shit flagged as spam. I don't know why that does that. What are my thoughts on the Rageaholic? I watched his video. Somebody was linking it, talking about Gamergate. I mean, I disagreed with some of it, but I thought it was good. Something about Sam Hyde. What happened with him? Uh, like I saw people talking about it on poll, and essentially saying like what he was going to troll. He was trying to troll MLP or something by setting up a fake Kickstarter, but then like people on MLP were saying what, that it was him trying to scam money. I don't know what happened with that. Like I don't know the fucking story of what happened exactly. I just remember that he had like a channel and he put out funny videos and then it just something happened and it stopped. No, I'm not Spanish and I'm not Russian. What do I think of Ron Paul? I think Ron Paul's great. Don't agree with a lot of his politics. I don't like his isolationist approach to foreign issues. I mean, I agree that we shouldn't have our, noses up everybody's ass. I definitely agree with that, but I think it creates a posture of weakness if you pull every troop you have outside of the United States and put them back in. I just there's certain things I disagree with. Auditing the Fed, I don't. I think that's a good idea. Why not? What is the worst board? My opinion on what the worst board would be is lit. I don't like lit. I think when lit started, I thought it was great. I went to lit when lit started, and it was talking about books, and that was fun. But the fuck, if you say the wrong thing there, you're gone. They shit all. It's not a great board, in my opinion. Am I Cajun? No, I'm not Cajun. Am I Danish? No, I'm not Danish. When I said ask your questions, you're just gonna guess every fucking possibility. Is that it? God, these are going so fucking quick. What kind of cigarettes do I smoke? Camels. Do I vote Democrat? No. I don't vote any party. I said I'm a constitutionalist. With conservative leanings. I believe in small government. I think certain things like the fact that certain states, what was it, Nevada, is 80% owned by the federal government is ridiculous. You can't have a strong independent structure of a state when 80% of it is owned by the federal government. And I understand how that came about and I understand what it means, but that to me is dumb. I don't think that's good. Am I Korean? No, I'm not Korean. Angry Joe. What about Angry Joe? Somebody had shown me that he was getting really pissed off on some site. Was it probably Twitter? I don't know. Getting angry at his fans, but I don't know what's going on. Tits or ass? Tits. Let's see. African? No, I'm not African. You're just gonna start naming continents now? Do I like Red Bull? No, I'm not a Red Bull guy. Oh, fuck, I'm trying to pick shit out here. It's going quick, so it's staggering on me. Uh, Something about Reddit taking shit down. It wouldn't surprise me. Again, I know a lot of people have been shadow banned. I know they still shut down certain conversations, so that would suggest to me that there are moderators there that don't want shit talked about still. But that's Reddit's own mess to clean up. I mean, if Reddit wants to deal with it, then the Reddit community needs to deal with it. Am I Finnish? No, I'm not Finnish. And no, I'm not Serbian either. And I'm not Brazilian. My thoughts on fat people? Listen, if you're fat, fine, but don't try to do this whole body positivity shit. Let's be realistic. If you're morbidly obese, yeah, it's bad for you. I'm not here to lecture you. I smoke. It's fucking stupid to smoke. But you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to start up a movement called smoking positivity because I'm not an idiot. I know that smoking cigarettes is bad for me. I know that it causes diseases and shortens my lifespan. What I'm doing right now is stupid, and I'm well aware it's stupid, but I'm not going to try to deflect criticism by saying it's positivity. So I hate that movement. Like if you're morbidly obese, you are putting yourself at risk health-wise. It's just not good for you. And that's fine. If you're comfortable with that, whatever. But don't try to give me this bullshit about body positivity. I don't buy it. I'm a smoker. I know when people do their stupid shit. I don't know what's going on. So I see through that. Am I forever alone? No, I'm not. Check my thin privilege. Consider it checked. Oh, Reinhardt or Yang? Reinhardt, obviously. Am I a fan of a game series? Yes, I am. What do I think of Joan Rivers? I really don't know much about Joan Rivers. I mean, I didn't really pay attention to her. I know she passed away, but I don't really have any thoughts on it. Besides, who cares what I think? I'm just an idiot on the internet. Something about SpaceX. Space exploration and business opportunities in space is going to be the next big thing in the next 100, 200 years. Anybody smart enough to start shit now is going to be making just loads of fucking money. Do I own any guns? No, I don't. But I'm pro gun. Go to the firing range, grew up, on a family farm, went hunting, did all that shit. Am I Hungarian? No, I'm not. What is my opinion on Angry Joe? I'd say Pissed Jose is very upset. That's what I'd say. Will you play ISIS Beheading Simulator 2014 when you're done? Has somebody made that a game? I wouldn't. Sounds entertaining, right? I'm sure. What is his name? Ferocity from Badass Digest. I'm sure that's his favorite fucking game, right? Piece of shit. All right, this is going too. It's going too quick for me. Anyway, thanks for coming out. I know I rambled. Probably didn't answer half the fucking questions people gave a shit about. But I figured I'd do a stream and just chit chat. Let you ask whatever the fuck you wanted to ask. So take it easy, guys. Hope you have a good weekend. Talk to you later.